Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm bringing you a very special uke for you folks today. And it's a first for me, and it'll be a first for you folks as well to share. So this is a tenor size custom Homero ukulele, and it's from a luthier that's based in Texas and has started building ukuleles in 2018. And we have a very fine instrument here in front of me, or in my hands. Really excited to share with you because there's some really cool things to go ahead and talk about with this ukulele, and the sound is really nice and warm and up my alley in terms of like what I like to hear. So before we get into all the good stuff with the sound samples, just want to go ahead and talk about the aesthetics of this ukulele, because the luthier himself is very big on terms of making the ukuleles not only sound good, but also feature different types of woods that you wouldn't really, I guess, commonly find on the ukulele. So I want to go ahead and point that out. Here on the front, beautiful blue pine wood right here, and I think this is a first for me that I've ever played on an ukulele, so very much unique indeed, as I've played a whole bunch of different custom ukuleles of all different types of wood builds. So you can see here, beautiful piece of wood, and then we have almost like that sap like kind of center right here with some of those spots right there, nice big grains running through the instrument. And then on the sides, absolutely beautiful grandillo wood. Look at that nice deep red orange color with the nice beautiful sapwood here in the middle. Beautiful satin finish. It feels so nice against my skin, but it also just shines so beautifully, especially in the lighting in this room. So very beautiful piece of grandillo wood here on the sides as well as the back. Absolutely awesome. And it's accented really nicely with the same grandillo wood binding here around the instrument on the back as well as on the front of the instrument, accented really nicely with the wood purfling as well on the sides here around the instrument on the back as well as on the front, with the nice beautiful big pau abalone shell around the entire instrument as well as around the sound hole itself. And then we have a stained purple, I mean there's all like blue, purple, like almost like a dark pink, violet. I mean, there's really nice kind of mixed berry kind of color stain to this maple burl around the rosette. Again, with this, the wood purfling that's on the outer edge. And then we have the pau abalone shell on the next ring on the inside. And on the innermost, we have the stained maple. And we also here on the heel block of the instrument have that stained like mixed berry maple burl right here. So very beautiful, almost like cosmic kind of colors. Very, very cool. When I first picked up the instrument, like, what is that? Super cool. So beautiful instrument again here on the front. Now we have Macassar ebony bridge, fretboard. And then we also have beautiful grandillo wood here on the headstock, as well as the back plate of the headstock. And then you can see the nice, big fan of the gold black kind of color or aesthetic with the Goto planetary, UPT planetary tuners, super smooth, some of the best tuners you can put on your instrument. So absolutely beautiful stuff. And then we have red oak wood here on the back. You can see that nice big curls on the neck itself. Now, I will point out that red oak is a very difficult wood to go ahead and finish, like have a proper finish on. So I will point out that there is a slight texture here on the neck as I run my thumb or run my fingers on it. But it showcases the naturalness of the wood. So it has a nice natural kind of finish, a nice natural look to it. But you can feel a little bit of some of the inside of the grooves of the wood. But again, when you look at it, it's just really beautiful how it all has that grain running down the neck itself. And the neck is slightly on the chunkier side. So for those of you who like a thicker neck to grab, or maybe you're a guitar player so you're used to grabbing a lot of the neck, this instrument does have a slightly thicker or more thicker than on the traditional size of the ukulele neck. So just so you folks are aware of that. So when I hold it, I do notice I have to hold a little more. Like if I have my thumb and I'm trying to do like a pinch right here, I notice that it is slightly more spread apart than what I'm usually used to. So slightly thicker neck, but again, really beautiful neck with again all of that nice, beautiful grain patterns and that real nice naturalness to it. And then this ukulele also has a 0 fret right here. So it's not, the strings are technically resting on this 0 fret versus it having a cutoff point be on the nut right here. So And then even though there's no fret markers on the fretboard, we have this kind of bronze slash copper kind of fret markers here on the side. So your typical 3, 5, 7, 10, double on the 12, and then right here on the 15th fret, so you can easily see where you are on the instrument. So aesthetically beautiful. And there's one pretty cool thing that I want to go ahead and point out too, is that if we look at the shape of the body, we notice that it has more of a longer type of orientation. When we think of like the traditional ukulele kind of shape, we have like, a smaller upper bout, which is this part of the ukulele. And then we'll have usually like a wider lower bout right here that wraps around the instrument. But this one kind of goes down longer and it doesn't kind of come out traditionally like how most ukuleles would probably be more like that. But this one has more of a longer kind of aesthetic. So it just has a different kind of look than your traditional ukulele. And I think that's really cool because it adds to the uniqueness of this instrument and the builder, what he's going for. And it definitely adds and contributes to the sound, very unique sound that this instrument has. So I wanted to go ahead and point that out. So again, beautiful. I love that stained maple around the rosette paired with the nice Palo Abalone shell around the instrument. Beautiful piece of the blue pine wood on the side or on this front of the instrument. And then absolutely gorgeous Grandillo wood right here with the sapwood. So amazing instrument. And the sound of this is such a nice warm, that the sound frequencies or like where the sound sits, it's very much kind of reminds me like a koa kind of sound, which koa is a very mid-rangey type of kind of sound in the sound spectrum. It can vary, it can be really bright, it can be kind of denser, not like rose, but it can be on the darker, warmer side. But when I play this instrument, it has just such a nice presence in the air. It creates such a good vibe. And I would argue a lot of ukuleles create that good vibe, but it has just such a nice, playful, mid-range sound, very warm. The notes really can interlock with each other and create this nice just resonance in the instrument. And then when I go ahead and pluck, say like on the A or the E string, listen to that sustain. Beautiful warm sound. It's not bitey, it's not too rounded, it's not thumpy, just very clean. You can even hear some of the overtones with this instrument. So overtones meaning like if I pluck a C note, you're going to hear the other strings activate just because of physics. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but essentially a really good ukulele, the mark of a good ukulele, is you're plucking notes that are also the same pitch as the other strings, and it's going to pretty much activate those strings. So you're going to be like that. You pluck a G note, but then this G string is ringing, which is really awesome. So this thing has a lot of tone, a lot of overtones, or a lot of good tone, but a lot of overtones too when you're playing the chords. So yeah, even up here on the 10th and 12th fret, it gets really difficult to have a really high-end ukulele to go ahead and vibrato all the way up on the higher register of the fretboard. Especially like on that 15th fret, super nice and clean. Just melds or meshes so well. You can really hear that vibrato. And the top two strings with the tomastic infilled strings. Just really nicely balanced, especially with the low G tuning. When I play this nice A chord, again, it's just so warm, it's so inviting, but it's still so clean and articulate. Beautiful resonance. If you want to get more of that kind of really gritty sound, look at that. Like that flamenco kind of sound. Or if you want to get more of a beautiful bell-like harmonics too on this instrument. So it's really a fantastic instrument. And I'm a little biased. This is kind of geared towards my, what my ears like to hear. I try my best to be transparent and talk about what I'm hearing out loud. But not gonna lie, this is like my kind of sound, so it really intrigues me. And this is it's killer. So let's go ahead and check this out in the sound sample. Here's here's a nice little tune. As you can see, just absolutely beautiful. Just really fills the air with nice tone, nice resonance, nice sustain. So clean. And it keeps going. So that's what I mean by the sustain. Just like you can just let it ride forever. So awesome stuff. So now when it comes to strumming on this instrument, this is a pretty loud instrument, so you don't need to give a lot to get a lot with this instrument. So what you want to do is that you could go ahead and do your hard rock strumming, but just to kind of show like the tenderness of this instrument, here's some nice Hawaiian kind of background.
you.